Psych Perspectives, Geo Fucks. Am I asking for too much, or am I asking the wrong person? In my opinion, we have to learn how to prioritize ourselves. We have to learn how to put ourselves first. And the reason I say this is when you look at Homeboy on TikTok, when I look at what I've been dealing with, what I have allowed myself to be with and have experienced in previous situations, a lot of it is because I'm putting myself third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh place in my own life. I'm not prioritizing myself. I'm prioritizing the person that I like. They are coming first. And then I'm getting mad when I don't come first in their lives. And the reality is, it's not healthy to center the person that you're dating. It's just not. Your life should not be revolving around how they feel 24/7, what's going on with them, what they want, what they need. So I do understand that. Like I said, in my opinion, it's impossible to meet someone's needs 24/7. But a lot of this boils down to a lot of us need to get real with ourselves. We need to have a self-esteem. I feel like a lot of this is us, not coming first in our own lives, not prioritizing our own needs, and also us having low self-esteem. A lot of us don't think we deserve to have our needs met. We don't think we deserve men who love us, who like us, who care about us, who want us. We don't think we deserve the nice dates, the nice outings. We don't deserve the nice birthday, the nice Christmas, the nice just because gifts. We don't deserve the compassion. That's how we feel, whether it's consciously or unconsciously. And I say that because there's no way in hell you can have a healthy self-esteem and then constantly run into people who treat you like you don't matter, who don't show up for you, constantly find yourself in one-sided relationships, constantly find yourself in situationships that aren't really relationships, constantly find yourself always being the one giving and never receiving. Like, you don't think highly of yourself. I don't think highly of myself. I have a low self-esteem. And I think a lot of us need to acknowledge that. And I'm sorry, but people know when you have a low self-esteem. They know, I'm sorry, but people typically know who they can take advantage of, who they can get over on, who they can use. And that needs to be discussed a lot more. I feel like a lot of us that are in marginalized identities, a lot of us that are not conventionally attractive, or we're not conventional in general, are the ones that are more likely going to be in these situationships, these, dealing with people who don't want to public acknowledge you, never having your needs met. Because a lot of times, in my opinion and experience, is, for example, speaking about myself and speaking about the transgender community, is a lot of times as an intersex trans person, we are basically expected to lower our standards or not have any standards, because the assumption is typically you need to be thankful that anybody is talking to you because you're trans. And nobody wants to be with trans people. Do you know how many videos, TikToks, YouTubes, Instagram Reels, how many X posts, Facebook posts, thread posts, etc., where people are literally saying they will not date trans people. They do not date trans people. They are not attracted to trans people. So we are constantly hearing that and being told that, to the point that anybody that shows us some type of attention, a lot of us are going to grasp to that person because we're not used to receiving that, because people literally don't like us. Okay, like, it is what it is. We're not the preference. We're not conventional. So a lot of times, this is how I'm being treated. Or when people meet me, they don't know that I'm intersex or trans. And when they find out that I'm intersex or trans, then all of a sudden they start treating me like I don't matter. Now they no longer like me. Now they no longer want to deal with me. So again, I feel like a lot of times we are basically told that we need to settle with whoever gives us attention. And again, you're not telling biological people to lower their standards. You're not telling, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just wild to me. Like, we literally will tell entire demographics of people that they should just be thankful that anybody even talks to them. And you're also directly and indirectly telling people in the trans community that we don't deserve love. We don't deserve romantic partnerships. We don't deserve support. We don't deserve allies. We don't deserve people who actually care about our well-being. You're also directly and indirectly telling us that we're not lovable, that we're not attractive, and that we're nothing but fetishes and sex toys. That's the message that I have received the entire time I've been out of the closet. I mean, and granted, I can do a hell of a lot better at, like, if I'm being honest, I need to also learn how to date. Because, again, the way I've been doing things is also, in my opinion, why I keep getting in these situations that are not beneficial for me at all, and feeling like I'm just drained, and I'm not happy. And the sad part is, people will say, it's not like that. It's not that serious. There's somebody out there for everybody. You just haven't met them yet. And why all of that sounds nice, that doesn't add up when that is that person's lived experience. In my opinion, it's easy when you're not the one being treated like that. In other words, it's easy to say it's not that serious as a cisgendered biological person who has options when it comes to dating. People aren't saying, I don't date cisgendered people. I wouldn't date cisgendered peoples. Okay? No, I'm not going to say there aren't people who are like that, because there are people who are like, yeah, I'm not interested in that. That is very true. But in general terms, that's not the case. It's always, in my experience, it's always somebody who's conventionally attractive and or privileged who is telling somebody that's underprivileged and marginalized and non-conventional that it's not that big of a deal. It's not that serious. And it's like, it is. I'm literally 32 years old, and I have never been in a real, committed, healthy relationship that was reciprocal. I've never been with somebody that treats me well. I'm just going to be completely honest. I don't know what that's like. And constantly seeing other people have those types of relationships, and granted, we know social media has a lot of fakeness to it, so you don't always know if that's really the case behind closed doors. And yet we do have enough sense to know that there really are people out there that have healthy, loving, reciprocal relationships, and they're happy. I would like to have that one day, but being realistic, I don't think that's going to happen for me. It might happen, but it's probably not.